Hey guys, my name is Israel. I'm a good friend of Blake, so thank you, Blake, for the opportunity to be able to come and share my testimony with you guys. I myself have grown up in a Christian household, so that means I grew up watching VeggieTales. I was always going to church. I heard all the different Bible stories, all the different worship music. Right, I'd been around church my whole life, and honestly, it's a huge blessing. And I look back, and I'm so grateful for that. So much for that. One of the things I'm most grateful for in my life is that I gave my life to Christ when I was around 7 or 8 years old. My dad asked my brother and I if we wanted to give our lives to Christ, and both him and I wanted to, and so he read through some scripture, understood kind of what we were getting into, and then he led us through a prayer, and little tiny Izzy, me, gave my life to Christ, and I am so grateful for that. However, though I was giving my life to Christ and he read through some scripture, I didn't fully understand what it meant to follow Jesus. From that day on, I thought, oh shoot, I gotta start reading my Bible more, I gotta start praying more, I gotta start, listening to more worship music. I thought, man, I need to start doing these things daily, be a good person, don't do the bad things. That it became a heavy burden on me, a burden that I could not carry. And I just didn't really want to either, and so a lot of the times I just wouldn't read my Bible. I wouldn't really pray that often, and it wasn't that I didn't love God. I just, there was this burden that I just didn't want to really carry, and so I kept going about my life. And it wasn't until I was around 14 years old that I was listening to a sermon series. It was called The Life of a Jesus Follower, and it was talking about what following Jesus really means, like what makes a Christian, and it was talking about how it's not about what you do, which first of all blew my mind, because that's what I thought Christianity was. You have to do all the good things and don't do the bad things. But when they said that it's only about having a relationship with God, nothing else, to be saved, to have a relationship with God, to spend eternity with God, all it takes is a relationship with Him. That was absolutely beautiful in my eyes. And there's a Bible verse that blew my mind when I heard about it, that Jesus talks about this. He actually quotes a book from the Deuteronomy of the Old Testament, and they ask him, what is the greatest law, right? The teachers, and Jesus responds to them saying, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the great and first commandment, and the second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. On these two commandments depend all the law and the prophets. What a beautiful thing that God